Hey everyone, sorry if you just heard an odd noise. I don't know if that's going to get edited out or not. David just decided to go on Instagram.
It
Seriously?
popped up. I have this the Costco deal account. They have Converse at Costco for $29.99. Isn't that insane?
Unbelievable. Hey folks,
Come
welcome
on.
to Pastors Unfiltered. I am your co-host, Tony Matar, joined by my lovely co-host, our beautiful summer intern, David Diaz.
What's up?
How are you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling great.
Hey, I just want to say, I know like the end is near, but it's not too, it's not too far away, but it's not too close.
This
I'm
is
going
gonna
to
be
really miss this dynamic we've had.
We're gonna have a really fun month, and then the podcast is gonna be like
Back to the
different.
grind.
I'll
Yeah,
just say
it's going to be
different.
different. That's a good way to say it.
Different.
It's just going to be a little different.
The viewership is probably gonna go back up.
It's going to spike.
It's gonna spike.
Mm-hmm.
It will be less brown.
Okay. Pastor Brandon is Italian, though.
Actually, it's going to be way more brown.
I don't know what that means.
Oh man, I'm like out of practice, I think. Oh no.
I think you're a bit decommissioned.
I missed 1 week.
Welcome to the podcast, folks. We have a lot going on. Big announcement. We're going to drop it from now. We're going
Ready?
to wait till the end of the episode. No, wait.
Should we count to 3?
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. We're going on the road, baby.
Woo!
We are taking the podcast on the road for the
We're
rest
going.
of the month.
Yep.
We have some special guests that we're interviewing, and we're excited. We're going to be taking the podcast out of the 4 small walls of this office, of this library, of this nook, and we are leaving and hitting the road.
And why? It's because we need to put Pastor Brandon's office back together.
We need to put his office back together. He's actually coming back soon, and we got to set it up for him. And we have some friends that we want to go visit who have they're just wise. God's doing cool things in their lives. We want to go interview them. So we're going to take it on the road. We're going to take David's EV car.
That's right.
What's the range like on that thing?
I don't know. EVs, to preserve the longevity of the battery, you regularly only charge it up to 80%.
Okay.
So at 80% battery, I get about 245 miles
Wow.
of range. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Can I tell you about a serious idea I have right now?
Hit me.
I'm seriously considering selling my Ford Fiesta and buying an electric scooter.
Come on. Oh, for Seattle?
I'm dead serious.
Like a Razor?
So
Like an electric Razor scooter? Or like a 9-bike? Costco 9-bike?
I've been renting Lime bikes
Okay.
because like from my house to yesterday I was working at Santo. I had a couple meetings, and it's a 12-minute
Who's working?
walk.
Who's working?
What do you mean who's working?
Like who was like on bar? Luke Hato?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It was a gentleman making coffee. And anyways, I've been renting Lime bikes. And then the other night I went to the Mariners game. The station's about 11 minutes from my house. Just a nice little walk. But there's something about the Lime bike. Just the air, your no hair going through the air, flying. It's fun.
No hair going through the air. You're probably so aerodynamic, dude.
I am, dude. And they are so fast and they're so fun. If you've ever ridden a Lime bike and you're listening to, you know what I'm talking about.
Dude, you should do luge.
Like street luge, where you do this? Where you look like a human hot dog going down
But
the
you
road?
should probably go head first.
No. Jeez,
I just
Louise,
snorted in the
folks.
mic.
We really need Brandon Beals to come back.
We're running out of content.
Hey, huge shout out to our sponsors, King Size Movie Reviews, Sean and Rebecca King's Instagram, Facebook, movie reviewing channel. Check them out. Logos Bible Software. Use hashtag WeAreVenture, promo code. Hashtag WeAreVenture for a nice promo for all your Bible studying needs. Lastly, we have a new sponsor this week.
Whoa.
You ready for it?
We're getting a bonus. Let's hear it.
You ready for this?
I'm ready. Oh, is it a good one?
No.
Oh.
It's a self-declared sponsor.
We're
We are
not going to get
sponsored-
crappy t-shirts again, are we?
We are sponsored by the Seattle Mariners today.
Oh, okay.
And I'm excited because today's going to be a special pod.
Special pod.
We'll introduce our guest here in a moment.
It's a special day
Special day. I want
for a special man.
for a special man.
That's right.
And a man of God, beautiful man, tall man, bald man.
Influential. Sticky personality.
He's
like a 7.5 out of 10
that
looks wise.
Harsh.
No, it's not.
7.5.
8.5.
Okay, that's better.
8.5 out of 10. Nicole would say 10.
Dude, are you serious?
Nicole. I was talking about a different one.
Okay.
There's a lot of Nicoles. There's
Nicole
Croy. There's Nicole Butcher.
There's like 3 Nicoles at Venture.
There's Nicole McKinney.
Nicole Tweet.
Hey,
I'm throwing this out there to all our listeners. I am trying, and I'm asking this because I need your help. So this is my I'm throwing the net out. There's a special guest I'm trying to get to come speak at Venture Seattle, and I have discovered him. I know he's been around for ages, since the 90s. I found him on Instagram about a month ago, and I've been honestly his work is amazing. His name is Cliff Knetchel. Him and his son Stuart, they go on college campuses. Have you seen these videos, David? They go on college campuses, and they allow anyone to ask them about Jesus, the Bible, and they not just refute, but they're like apologists, and they respond so beautifully to how these people ask questions, and they don't respond with just like the hammer of Bible, like, well, God said in Romans 8, so it's very, I want to bring him out to Seattle because I think if we did a forum at our campus where we invited anyone and everyone to come ask any questions about God and the Bible, it would be awesome. And then get him at UW.
Yeah.
He would draw a huge crowd at UW. Every university he goes to, he has about 50 to 100 college students who just sit there and watch him talk.
That's amazing.
So if you know him or have any connection, I can't find any of his contact info online. I really want to bring him out.
Have you DM'd him?
His son has an Instagram and he has 1 million followers.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's going to respond. I don't think he's going to respond to me.
We should probably have Pastor Brandon reach out when he's back from sabbatical.
Should. Pastor Brandon right now is in Iceland. Have you ever watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty?
No.
It's a phenomenal film. Filmed in Iceland. Ben
Stiller.
Really?
Wow. Iceland, you want to know what else is filmed in Iceland?
What?
Like The Bachelor, The Bachelorette.
I don't watch your trash. Your reality
like
trash.
Reality TV.
Are you still watching Revenge Body?
I was hanging out with my in-laws, and I was like, we played trivia at work, and the only answer I knew, and it wasn't even for my team, the only answer that I knew was, what was the name of Khloe Kardashian's TV show about working out or something like that? Revenge Body. Come on. Let's go, Coco.
We just finished Bear season 3, and I was disappointed.
What is that? Bear? I thought that was like aspirin. Like Bear aspirin?
Probably one of my favorite dramas of all time. Let's dive into with our special guest today.
Let's do it.
Let's go for it. Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Before we do you have any lobby moments? I got a lobby moment from
Seattle.
Why don't
you hit us with your lobby moment?
Yeah, I'll hit you up with my lobby moment.
Hit it.
Our air conditioning's out in Seattle.
Oh, I have lobby moment out. Yep.
Our air conditioning's out. And we've been seeking the Lord on when it's going to be repaired, and we have not heard from him yet. And
I feel like I'm not dogging, but like, does it even have AC? Did they put AC
what do you
in?
Think you think we worship in a hut, David?
I mean, I didn't know that they installed.
It's a building.
How old is it?
Was
do they
owned
have
by
AC?
Mars Hill. You think Mark Driscoll preached?
It was video. It was a video venue.
It doesn't matter. He visited the campus.
When did he visit the campus?
Do you think we live now in like remote villages?
He probably had like
that we don't have air conditioning.
6 Secret Service members surrounding him, holding like little fans.
Our air
aimed at
conditioning
him.
unit went out.
Okay.
The HVAC system is under repair.
Okay.
So we've been figuring out how we've been doing church.
You want to know who could take a look at that?
We have a guy. They have a guy.
Kellen is like our guy here. He goes on the roof and he.
Well, thank God for Kellen.
He inspects and repairs.
So on Sunday, we do set up and tear down, and I got very sweaty before I preached.
How sweaty?
Quite sweaty. And I recognized it was very warm out, and I was very sweaty. To to the point where I didn't have a change of shirt and I had sweat marks all over.
Like in the front?
So then everywhere. And so then I thought, do I have like a baptism t-shirt in the trunk of my car? And I found one piece of clothing in the back of my car, one article of clothing. It was Linny's jacket from when she was 1 year old.
Oh.
And I wasn't going to John the Baptist this thing and preach with like just a nice little shawl, you know. So I just had to suck it up. And people probably thought like this guy worked really hard for this sermon because I was sweating bullets. I felt like TD Jakes, but I wasn't preaching TD Jakes.
Did you preach with a towel?
No, but I should have.
Dude,
it was toasty, man. It just was warm, and I watched the kids come out of the kids ministry with their eyes glazed over. Can we go home?
Braxton was there.
Braxton is a man now. He's a man now. Anyway, that was my lobby moment from Sunday.
So my lobby moment is along the similar lines of yours.
Yeah.
So we here at Mill Creek do have functioning AC.
Must be nice.
And that is, but the problem is that someone decided we didn't need it on Sunday. I'm looking at facility pastor extraordinaire right now, but it wasn't him. I can't blame the birthday boy.
Like someone turned off.
Like
those things are on.
Dude, our thing, it was set to heat. It was set to heat. I'm pretty sure he isn't even cheaper.
Was the sermon on hell?
I don't know. It was not. It was not. It was, you got to pick. You're either a sinner or a hypocrite.
Oh.
And it's better to be a sinner than a hypocrite. Phenomenal message on Sunday. Go back and listen to it. Anyway, lobby moment is I'm watching Keaton and Kate Branch. Kate is like
pregnant.
Super pregnant.
Yeah.
Praise God. Miracle baby.
Yeah, praise the Lord.
Praise God.
Yeah.
They're walking through the lobby and just, well, first of all, I'm like walking through the lobby and like everybody kind of has this like sheen. Everybody's kind of glowing. And then I see Kate Branch. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. I see Kate Branch, super pregnant, coming to church. And I look at her and I look at Keaton and just, you could tell like there just wasn't ease. Nobody was at ease. And it's because it was so hot. So I looked at them and I said, okay, yeah, it's hot. Someone turned the AC off. Someone's trying to save a couple bucks.
You know what we need to do?
So I said, Kate, I'm going to turn the AC on for you. And so I went and turned it on, which is not allowed. So I repent. But, you know the Holy Spirit moved.
We need to take you on a missions trip.
Dude, I've done a couple of missions. I've been to LA a couple times.
We need to take you like to Nairobi in the middle of July.
That actually would be like if we go in like the winter.
Okay. We should probably introduce our guest.
I've done Germany too.
Hey,
Frankfurt.
folks. Well, we are joined today by someone who's been on staff, the longest tenured staff outside of Brandon and Di.
Yep.
It is his birthday.
It's his birthday.
He's been on the podcast maybe once or twice. I don't know. Let's give a huge shout out to Morgan, the man.
Wow.
Butcher. Come on.
Let's go. Welcome to the pod. Welcome to the pod.
It's a pleasure. It's an honor. It's a privilege. This is like dude hangout, man. This is just like the boys hanging
This
out.
is the dudes. The boys are back in town. How are you, birthday boy?
Good, man. My daughter bought me a donut this morning.
Nice.
Well, my wife bought the donut and she drove the whole way.
Oh.
You know, my daughter really didn't have anything to do with it other than she claimed that it was all her.
Sure.
So it's been good so far.
Yeah.
I stepped on my daughter's foot and then she got mad at me. So that kind of put a damper on the movie. But other than that, it's been good. Yeah, it's been great. My dad wrote in my birthday card last night, "Happy 38th birthday."
Oh.
And I'm honored to know that he has lost track of how old I am. I'm 37 today, actually.
Turning
37.
Come on.
So I think this is technically my first year in my late 30s. Right?
Yeah.
Because 37, 38, 39?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your late 20s are 27, 28, 29.
I would assume it's the same
That's
for the
wild.
30s.
Wait, so I'm about to
was
be in my
54.
late 20s?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude. You're entering. Because I think what mid would be 24, 25, 26.
Yeah.
So I think this is the beginning of
Wow.
moving to 40 years old.
That's
Which
amazing.
is really weird to think about.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I met you when you were 29. And you're forever stuck at 29 in my book.
Praise God.
And
Let's keep it that way.
yeah,
Really? 29. That's
29?
crazy.
8 years ago.
I would have thought I was younger than that. Nope.
Nope.
Probably not.
David,
Well,
how old,
I'll give it
how
to
old
you.
are you now?
All right.
I am turned 27 in a month and a half.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay.
pretty wild.
Morgan, almost everyone listening knows who you are.
I doubt it.
You are probably the most famous person at Venture outside of Brandon and I.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Mr.
How's that-
AG.
Mr. AG's.
Yeah.
Self-declared and declared by Brandon.
Okay, hold on. I have never
pride yourself.
once. That is not
Okay.
a self-declared
You're wondering what that
statement
means
at all.
So Morgan is an incredible networker. He's friends with everyone. So in our denomination, the Assemblies of God, every time we go to a function, we can't find Morgan because he's talking to everyone. He's
Yeah.
meeting people. And I think some of our staff, they're a little more reserved. So when they go to functions, they say hi and they meet people, but they're not as, maybe they're not as social.
No, when you guys can't find me, and it's at Coeur d'Alene, I'm probably eating a gooey.
Like
I'm
eating
probably
a
like
gooey.
in the cafe area eating some ice cream sundae or something.
So
That's right.
because you meet so many people, Pastor Brandon started calling you Mr. AG.
That's right.
That was back. I feel like maybe you could claim that back when I was a youth pastor. Now you just
still know
kind of
everyone.
people just kind of go into the fog when you move out. You just kind of there.
No one
Here's how you know your legend status. It's when I'm like, oh, I work at Venture, and they're like, oh, Brandon Beals' church?
Yeah.
Oh, Morgan Butcher's church?
Yeah, they know Morgan.
They know Morgan.
They know Morgan.
Yeah.
Morgan, you've been on staff how many years now?
I think this fall will be 17 years on staff.
Whoa.
Rated R.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Rated R.
He's old. His tenure at staff is old enough to go
it's
watch an R-rated film.
Wow,
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
that makes sense.
How did you end up at Venture?
Wow. That's a long ways to think back. But what happened was, so Nicole was at Venture even before me. So she interned at Venture Church when she was a senior at Northwest University. Shout out, Talons up, Northwest University.
Oh my gosh.
It's the
That's like a dying
it's my
seagull.
squawk.
That
My
sounds
eagle.
like the bird you shot.
My
in your
eagle's
dream.
crow.
And when Nicole was a senior at Northwest, she had to do an internship at a different church. So we met at the same church in Shoreline, but she had to do an internship at a different church. The only other pastors that she knew of in the area were Brandon and I, because she's from California. They were pastors down in California. And so she called Brandon and I and was like, hey, you were like, I think Brandon drove a van for them at Northwest University for like some church tour in California.
Whoa.
And Brandon was Nicole's van driver. So she was like, do you guys need help with your church? And they were like, probably desperate at the time. The church was like 2 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
And so they're like, yes, please come. And so Nicole was like interning at the church when we were engaged. And so I was kind of like an interim youth pastor at the church I got saved at in Shoreline. Nicole was helping at Canyon Creek at the time. And then, when we got married, we were kind of like, we should probably go to church together. I think that's probably just good counsel
wisdom.
for any married people. You should go to church together. But our first interaction with Canyon Creek and my first time meeting Brandon and Di, they did our pre-marriage counseling.
Oh.
So that's how I met
Hold
Brandon
on,
and
hold
Di.
on. I know what that's like. Doing
That
pre-marriage
was
counseling with
one of
PB.
the most intimidating things I've ever had to sit through. It was worse than meeting her dad.
Why is that?
Because, okay, so, I mean, you guys know me. Like, if I can get you to laugh, we're going to be friends.
We're in.
Like, we're going to be fine. We're going to have a good time. We're going to shoot the breeze. We're going to hang out. I could not get Brandon Beals to laugh. Like, literally, I was trying to be so funny and like warm and I just wanted the guy to like me.
I just feel like I've never led pre-marriage counseling. I've only experienced it, and I'm doing it for the first time here soon. But
Oh, cool.
I feel like if I was to make Pastor Brendan laugh during pre-marriage counseling, that would be like a red flag. Like what is there to laugh about?
I don't, but it's like your first time meeting. So you're like, I'm just like trying to get this guy to know me. And, he's always like pretty protective of anyone that's on staff, right?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
very loyal and very protective. And so he's like, all right, who's this chump that's going to marry Nicole? Because now he knows Nicole. They've been hanging out. So now he's heard about me, and so I'm sitting down and I'm trying to make him laugh, and he's just like stone faced, dude, like a bad staff meeting, just like nothing, no response. And
How about Di? Was she giggling?
oh, Di was great. Yeah. She's pleasant, warm, probably made cookies I can't remember. She was probably the best.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I couldn't get Brandon to laugh. So we got married, and we started going to the church together, and then I started helping with the youth ministry. And it was shortly after that I kind of got hired on part-time to help with youth ministry stuff when the youth ministry went through some turmoil, and then they just haven't been able to get rid of me. I've just literally just been there.
So people are probably
ever
asking,
since.
Why haven't you left? What's kept you here all these years?
Boy, that's a good question, Kellen.
Kellen is smiling. See, he likes you.
It's you, of course, Tony. As soon as you came to the church, I just decided I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving this church with Tony here. No, there's been a lot of reasons. I mean, there's so many things, and there's so many reasons. I think more than anything, like, we just love this church.
Yeah.
And I don't know how else to say that other than, like, we've even said, like, even if we were to not work at the church, we would probably still go to this church.
Sure.
Because we love the mission and the vision and the people.
Yeah.
And we love this area. Like, we love this place. And now being here for 17 years, like, we've known people and they're like family to us.
Yeah.
And you guys know how hard it is to say bye to family. Like, and so we've just got so much built-in relationship, and there's so much fruit that comes from that over the years that is just so valuable.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think people ask that all the time is, hey, why haven't you guys left? Or, Morgan, you've gotten a handful of job offers. Other people on staff have gotten a handful of job offers from churches that, quite honestly, sometimes they're in locations that we might like to be at.
Dream locations, dream salaries, all that stuff.
Not necessarily better roles, but different roles.
Yeah.
And I think it says a lot, staying power. A lot of people don't celebrate that enough. We celebrate the big promotions, but we don't always celebrate pastors who stay long enough and see things through. So I honor you, man. It's, I think we need to celebrate that a little more often.
I agree.
So
it's amazing.
I would say that's one of the biggest things I've learned actually over the years is just like, I don't think anyone could have ever prepared me or helped me understand how fulfilling it would be to stay at a place for this long.
Sure. Yeah.
And like and you know this too. You've been here a long time, and David, you've been here 8 years.
8 years this August.
Yeah. And Tony, you've been here since you were in high school. Mm-hmm. But like, that we're at the point now where there was kids that we were youth pastors to that we help like lead to the Lord.
Yeah.
We baptize them. We watch them graduate high school. We cheer them on through college. We watch them get their diploma and graduate from college. Yeah. We watch them fall in love. We get to officiate their wedding. We get to celebrate with them as they announce that they're pregnant. We get to dedicate their kid on stage. That's
so cool.
Like you cannot replace that.
Yeah.
It's so fulfilling to walk with people in life and be with somebody through all of those things. And obviously in the midst of that is some really painful stuff and some really hard stuff. Yeah. But that makes it all that much more fulfilling when you like come out on the other end and you've walked alongside this person for years and years and years and years.
Yeah. I think it says a lot too, because the average youth pastor in America is at a church. The number has actually gone down to 14 months.
Wow.
So he or she doesn't even, they get discouraged and then they leave and they're like, and they just go youth ministry to youth ministry. And I have an acquaintance who does this. He's been like at 5 youth ministries in 7 years. And because it's always bigger and better, he always gets hired at bigger and better. And then it's like, oh, the grass is not always greener at bigger and better. Mm-hmm. Anywho, you don't get to see that stuff when you leave. You don't get to see youth kids graduate and fall in love and have kids and go through stuff. And
that's a cool thing.
It really is. So, all right, over the years, you've been here 17 years. What are some of maybe your favorite moments? Just funny, spiritual, big stuff, small stuff, food stuff. You're a big foodie.
Oh man,
We're big foodie.
Do you
Best
remember?
tire, worst tire?
Oh,
Dude,
okay.
Hey, Unfiltered, dude.
Worst employee in church history. 3, 2, 1.
you don't
The
have to
devil, because he never worked here.
Hey,
There it is.
I mean, hey, let's be honest. We could probably name a few, but we're not going to.
We're not going to.
We're not going
It's
to.
dishonoring.
We're not going to do that. But just let it be known that there are.
You could just
There
say the
are.
position.
No,
In
there have
every-
been terrible
in every
employees.
place,
Everyone
there's
has.
always one.
We've had terrible employees. We have.
It happens.
It happens.
It happens.
Yeah.
But we don't need to throw them on the pod.
No.
Let's
I'm
talk
just trying to
doesn't
be
rhyme with-
unfiltered.
let's talk
Pastor
about the-
Brandon said, David, make sure it's unfiltered.
Let's talk about the best hire in Venture Church history. Kellen Fairfield.
Kellen
Oh, my.
is a
Kellen
man after God's
Fairfield.
own heart. He's beautiful,
Running audio for the podcast right now.
unflappable, loves his
Morgan-
wife.
Morgan doesn't even preach if Kellen is not on front of house.
I don't
know.
blame him. I wouldn't.
I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Hey, can we also talk about Sunday for a second? It was blazing hot.
Dude, it was so hot.
And
Who turned the
I
AC
didn't
off?
realize how hot it was until after second service. Do you know what it felt like? Do you remember when we used to preach in the youth center at Everett?
No air conditioning.
And we had no air conditioning, and we had those. You remember the old lights that like literally were heaters, and they would shine straight on you, and it didn't matter if it was 30 degrees outside. It was 120 degrees in that youth
We had
box.
the lights
It was
off in the
so
summer.
hot. It was blazing hot. And now we have these nice lights, and they don't create any heat. But
Thank God for LED technology.
God bless it.
Yeah.
God bless it. It was so hot.
It was 74 degrees.
It was warm.
74
I
degrees.
wonder how
I had very similar sweat things happening on my apparel too, Tony. So
I
you
wonder
weren't
how
alone.
like the underground church in Iran feels about this. Or China.
some of my favorite moments.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite moments? I'm sorry.
Should we? Never mind.
That was
Man, do you remember when we did Cheap Chicken Monday?
What is Cheap Chicken Monday?
Morgan and I used to do
Cheap Chicken
Cheap Chicken Monday. It's still going. We just don't participate
When
anymore.
Tony and I were the youth pastors, we
did some stuff.
Like Wednesdays, we would have a routine. Wednesdays, we would go straight to Jamba Juice in the morning
Grab our smoothie and breakfast burrito.
with Cholula sauce.
Cholula sauce.
And Kanan Santos would
Kanan
usually
Santos
come with us.
there, faithful.
He was our one intern. And then at some point, right around 4 or 5 o'clock, we would go to 7-Eleven.
You forgot about lunch.
Oh, lunch.
Happy Tummy. No, not Happy Tummy. The other teriyaki joint was the lady who
Free gyoza.
gyoza. She always hand out
always
gyoza for
gives
free.
you-
How does she say it?
Gyoza.
She'd always give you a free gyoza.
Hello, gyoza.
And
South Korean.
You just always took it.
Always.
Always take it.
Doesn't matter how you feel about it. You eat that.
Yeah, it's a cultural thing. If you say no to that,
Dude, you guys have gotten a lot of free gyoza in your day.
we
You guys
probably
a handful.
Morgan still gets free gyoza.
we've probably eaten more free gyoza than we've paid for gyoza over the years.
That's a
I
statement.
bet you it's pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
Shout out Akane.
Akane.
Shout out
so
Akane
good.
Ramen.
Yes.
Local business.
Come on, extra spicy on the side.
Those are my people.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'd go get our teriyaki free gyoza.
Free gyoza.
And then at 5 o'clock, we'd literally leave our youth students before youth service, and we would drive and we would get 40-ounce Slurpees from 7-Eleven.
With
Sometimes are you talking about the roller
the
taquitos?
real roller taquitos or a hot dog.
Or a hot dog. Bahama Mamas or spicy big bites.
We did this
and,
for years.
Dude, for years and years and years. Do you remember, I think one year for my birthday, actually, you guys had all the youth students get me 7-Eleven gift cards.
100%.
Oh my god.
And I think that I had over like $250 in 7-Eleven gift cards. And
How
so
do you spend that much at 7-Eleven?
I did. Over the year, every Wednesday we would go there, and literally, do you remember?
100%.
Every time we walked in, they would say, "Slurpee Man."
They remember Morgan.
They
Slurpee
literally
Man?
call me Slurpee Man.
Do you,
Slurpee
my
Man.
other, this was kind of tied to Venture moment, is here in Mill Creek, McDonald's on 132nd.
Oh man.
Morgan and I went to Albertsons for lunch that afternoon, and we saw that they were like doing the grand opening for McDonald's. And I jokingly, like I had just gotten married. Morgan had been married. And I said, hey man, because you know, like when you first get married, you have to like ask your wife for permission. Can I leave the house tonight? Because you're just trying to figure out dynamics.
Yeah.
And now you leave, and she goes, "Oh, were you gone?" Anyways,
Where'd you go?
where'd you go? I'm like a house cat.
So was I. Who stayed with the kids?
Yeah, I feel like a house cat now.
Oh,
Anyway,
you're back.
You're
Oh.
back. You didn't bring ice cream.
Says so much about you.
Anyway, sorry, marriage counseling. And we were like, dude, you know, what'd be funny is if we camped outside of McDonald's starting like right when we get off work.
Yeah.
So we got there like at 5:00. We set up lawn chairs, and the grand
You
opening,
had a tent?
the grand opening was not till midnight.
Grand opening was at midnight.
So Morgan and I are the only two people sitting outside of McDonald's in these lawn chairs.
in the whole parking lot.
In the whole parking
we just
lot.
started sitting somewhere.
And then like people are driving by and they're like, "What's going on?" And we'd be like, "Hey, it's the grand opening of McDonald's." Lo and behold, it's like 8 p.m.
there's a line of
Families.
50 people.
Morgan
What?
ordered Pizza Hut for people in line.
Yeah. They delivered it. We're like,
They delivered it.
They're like, where are we delivering this to? We're like, you know, the new McDonald's? We're sitting outside of it.
And then we got a year's worth of free burgers for
right.
being the first people in line.
They put a ribbon around us.
A ribbon. Morgan cut the ribbon, David, and was
Yeah.
on the front page of the Mill Creek
The Mill
Beacon.
Creek Beacon.
So Morgan literally
It's the first customer.
was like, what's the like, who does that ceremony? Who's like the,
the ribbon cutter, Mr.
Like-
McDonald.
you did, you,
I was Ronald.
you were Ronald McDonald's fill-in?
I was Ronald McDonald's fill-in for one night.
I felt like the Hamburglar because I ate a lot that night.
Do you remember? Okay.
Did you guys get free food?
No,
No.
we had to pay for our food that night, but we got a free coupon.
Burger for a year.
Yeah,
Okay.
burger. We got a free burger every week for a year.
You had a card and they punch
That's 52 burgers.
We ended up both giving them away to people because
Who
we were
also-
kind of tired of.
two girls, separate situations, separate lives,
Yeah.
both had struggles, both left our church.
Yeah, so that
Whoa.
gift didn't pay off too well.
Yeah, I should have asked them to give the card.
Here's my favorite part about that night is that there was apparently a ribbon wrapped around the first car that was in line. And we didn't realize like, oh, they're going to do the same thing that they do for the first customer as they do for the first drive-through. And so literally I'm sitting there all night thinking, bro, what if they give away a free car to the first customer? What if I'm about to get this brand new Cadillac? It was like a
my
nice
goodness.
black
Yeah.
Cadillac SUV and it looked brand new. And they put a bow around
like
the
an
front of it.
Escalade?
Yes, dude.
Oh
and
my.
I'm literally thinking like, oh my gosh,
just
what if
got
we
an
walk out of
Escalade.
here with a free Escalade?
There was that one time, separate story, because I want to talk venture stuff. But
Yeah.
Morgan and I thought we won a free Fiat from McDonald's Monopoly.
You guys have way too many
We're
McDonald's
still
stories.
both bitter
We are.
with my wife in regards to
This
this.
really is one of the
What
things.
One of
happened?
it doesn't matter. The pod is not about McDonald's today, but
Sponsored by Mariners, not McDonald's.
sponsored by the Mariners. Long story short, there's 3 pieces for the Fiat to win the Fiat.
You're gonna want a
I
free
had
Fiat.
one, Morgan had one,
had one.
and we needed one more. I forgot what it was.
And we had talked to everybody about this. Like, hey, dude,
we
if
asked
you find this
everyone, my mom.
How would you guys share the Fiat?
We had started thinking of a plan like you have it one week. It almost felt like that's a terrible joke, but
I know where
like
you're going.
I have it on the weekends. You have it like we had talked about like how we could share the car. Anyways, so Ariel called me. We're at the old Everett building, and she goes, "You won't believe it. I have the piece." And before she can even finish the sentence, I put the phone down. Morgan's at the youth center outside. I'm down below outside the cafe. I go, Morgan, we won it. We won the Fiat.
No way.
We're running to each
Running
other.
to each other.
We
There's
hug
no one
each
there.
other. We're cheering in the parking lot. We're jumping up
Beautiful
and down.
moment. We hug each other. No one's there. Go home. I look at my wife. I'm about to give her the biggest hug and kiss of her life. I grab the piece. It's the same piece I had.
No
I,
Fiat.
honest to goodness, could not talk to my wife for an hour.
It was the same piece you had?
Could not talk to Ariel for an hour. She felt so bad.
So it had to be like a 1, a 2, and a 3?
3 different pieces.
3 different Fiat pieces.
No, it was like Louisiana and all those other roads. Anyways, okay, how about maybe your favorite spiritual mile marker adventure so far?
Whoa, that's a big question. Spiritual mile marker. Let me say 2. One for the church and one for personal. Can I do that? Is
please,
that cool?
please.
So one for the church. I mean, honestly, just being at a place. So this kind of goes back to what we talked about, just being here for so long. It has been so fun to see the progression of God just moving steadily over the years.
Yeah.
And you can look back on every season, and each season had its struggles, and each season has had its difficulties. But it is impossible not to look back on each and every one of those seasons and see God's hand moving in some way or another, right? Whether it was the miracle of getting the Ashway building, our first building that we ever had, whether it was moving from that building into a huge building in Everett and literally paying the same price for mortgage and having this huge new start, or the building of this building and the way that the church rallied to, gain funds at the last minute, the miracles that we've seen. I mean, the so many stories of people being healed. Larry Beatty comes to mind, and everything that he just went through recently, and just the miracle that man is still alive and healthy and walking. God. And I think of Ryan Bayless when he broke his neck, and just the miracle of that progression of his body. And there's been so many of those over the years, and it's impossible not to look back on all of those things and just say, like, how can you not have faith that God is real and moving when you don't just look at one small thing, but you look at the scope of 17 years of miracles and God moving? Yeah. It's just powerful. It's overwhelmingly powerful to think back on it. So I would just say, like, an encompassing, like, wow, God, you are so faithful. The growth and progression of this church. For me, there's been so many powerful moments, but one that really comes to mind was during the revival in Kentucky when that was all kind of going down. I know, David, you went there and Pastor Brandon went there for that. And we really prayed and we sought God and we asked for that revival to come home. And you guys remember the weekend where I was actually supposed to be speaking that morning.
Yeah.
And I spoke the first service, and then Brandon grabbed me right after first service and he said, "Hey man, that message was great, but I really feel like God just put this message on my heart to speak." And I was like, "Go, like, do it," Yeah. And Brandon got up there and spoke a message, and it was like God literally took me off stage so that he could speak to me that morning.
Wow.
And that's what it felt like. It felt like God was wanting to move me out of the place of communicating so that he could be the communicator in my life. And he just spoke such a word that was so spot on. And I remember just like, I think I might have moved to the altar before he even opened up the altar, but it was like that moment where that God is right there with you and speaking to exactly the thing that you needed to hear. And that service, just bled into the next service and the next service and the next service. And then we did that spontaneous worship night. I think, was it that same night or was it?
We did. It was the next night or something.
I think it was the next night. We did
the Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah. And then I think that Wednesday, I decided that I want to be baptized again because I just felt like God was doing this new, fresh thing in my life and calling me to a new place of just maturity and just a new spiritual season for my life. And especially as a father of two then, somebody, I don't know, maybe it was Brandon, caught a picture of my wife and Brinley praying with me before I was baptized. And it was just like, it was such a powerful moment in my life. And
praise God.
Oh, try not to cry because I cry every time I talk about my family, but it was just so powerful. And God was like doing such a unique, just a perfect thing in that moment in my life personally. Yeah. So from a church perspective, so many miracles, so many things that you could talk about. From a personal thing, that's one moment that will forever stand out for me.
I think my favorite thing about you, Morgan, over the years, and I think anyone who's been in your life or has been under your care or in your ministry, they would say to a T, like, Morgan's my shepherd.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of people. I think one of my favorite Morgan moments, and this is the things that you don't see on social media that pastors, you're not going to brag about this stuff. You just like, these are how you shepherd people. The amount of times you go, hey, I'll be like, hey, Morgan, let's go do this. Let's go hang out. You go, I can't. I got to go. I'm meeting a new guy from the church. I'm going to go grab coffee. I'm going to go grab lunch. But I think one of my favorite moments is, I don't know if you remember this, man, but we had a youth student in our youth ministry who he had terminal cancer, and Morgan rallied the youth ministry. We went and prayed at Children's Hospital in the sanctuary and or the chapel thing they have there. And you know, we felt like, okay, maybe God will heal him, maybe, and you know, it wasn't the Lord's plan. And then, but I'll never forget when you went to his house and you baptized him. And that was profound. I'm like, man, that's a shepherd. That's what a shepherd does. You love them. You're with them, literally to their final breath. And that was awesome.
Thanks for reminding me of that.
Yeah, that was
a cool moment.
That was, and that was tough on the youth ministry. And then how Morgan had to lead us through, like, we'd never had a death in the youth ministry. Yeah. How do you lead, like, and it's not that he was he was in our youth ministry. So, you know, so how do you navigate that? How do you work with that and talk to the kids about that? But also just the amount of people who would say, man, I called Morgan, he answered, he was there and he helped me out. And the other thing I'd say, one of my favorite things is you have been so flexible to just do whatever's put in front of you, whatever task, whatever assignment.
Superman on the roof.
Superman on the roof. Yeah. Every character you've had to dress up for. VBS. Are you a character at VBS this year?
Dude, I'm not. Actually, you know, I asked Kaylee, I was like, I think I'd rather go back to doing that.
It's so much more fun.
But I'm going to be leading a group of kids, and that's fun too. I did that last year.
That's cool. Yeah. So, you know, you've done many things over the years. You've worn many hats. Started a young adults conference from scratch in the area.
That was fun.
That was incredible.
That was fun.
Really started our young adults ministry at the church. But there's a couple things we did during COVID for the sake of job security.
Oh man, we did a lot for job security.
So
pretty much anything we could do.
We had made
just stay employed.
Anything. Yeah. We had made a decision that during COVID that we Brandon and I wanted content during the lockdown.
Yeah.
Every hour there would be something new from like 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. for people to engage with. Mm-hmm. Every hour. Now,
it's a straight up recording studio.
Oh, we were all the chairs were out of the auditorium. Wow. We recorded in there, in the hub, in the tech office. Every square inch was being recorded. And we did shows, cooking shows, workout shows, Bible studies.
The ice cream tasting show.
Morgan and I used to do...
remember the Great Debate?
The Great Debate.
Late night with Tony.
Late night with Tony. We did, Morgan and I did...
you tasted that?
We tasted that. Where we'd go to...
We tasted it.
We tasted Super Taco.
You guys' stories always come back to food.
Well, look at us, man. We love food, bro.
Hey, what are you eating tonight at the Mariners game?
I'm going to talk to you about that.
Okay.
Because I've been disappointed with the Mariners recently.
They haven't been playing very good.
Not even that. The food has been disappointing. We have some of the best ballpark food in the nation.
You didn't get the spam musubi?
We have Moto Pizza. We have udon curry. All that stuff.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go old school tonight and go with a Seattle dog.
You know what? There's a lot of wisdom in that decision. Sometimes you got to go back to the basics.
Onion,
load it up.
Banana peppers.
Get some good Dijon on that. Some spicy brown mustard.
Just a side of garlic fries. That's all. I'm simple. I keep it easy.
I like that.
Keep it easy.
Sometimes you just got to go back to your roots.
100%. My wife and I just did have the crab sandwich the other day at the Crab Shack.
How was that? I haven't had that.
Unbelievable.
Oh, really?
Very expensive. We split it.
Crab sandwich.
Anywho, so we did this show called Pastors in Cars Getting Donuts.
Man.
Me, Morgan, and PB.
Yeah.
We would talk about our youth ministry stories.
It's really the first podcast we ever did.
Greenie would set up GoPros for us.
That's right.
We'd go get donuts.
Yeah.
And we'd talk ministry.
You guys got canceled because you took
canceled.
Audi.
People got upset that during COVID we weren't social distancing.
Spread out.
But here's what most people forget. During COVID, for those lockdown weeks, because we were technically essential, we didn't see our families.
Technically essential. We've been exposed.
Folks, is faith essential?
Come on, dude.
Some people argue that the church is not shutting its doors for Jay Inslee. All right, we get it. So anyhow,
dude, I haven't heard about Jay Inslee in a long time. Actually,
no one cares about Jay Inslee. So it's a terrible leader. Anywho, our governor stinks. we would go do this. People got upset because we're in social distance. Well, people don't realize the church staff, we were our family. We didn't leave our houses.
We essentially all quarantined together.
We quarantined together. I didn't see my family, honestly, for about 3 to 4 months. Morgan didn't.
Like your mom and dad.
We didn't. And if we did, it was like from...
I was like, you didn't see Ariel and Liddy for 4 months?
But like, no.
You
But
were
we
gone?
made the
She would
decision.
have been like, you were gone?
We had like our staff.
Did you bring back ice cream?
Yeah, did you bring back
Oh my gosh. No, but totally. Our staff families, like the worship team for a while was only staff and family to staff.
Yeah.
Like we kind of just...
Toby was on the worship
I
team.
did the
You were on
worship. We did holidays together, Christmas, New
Everything,
Year's.
dude.
This is what we did. We did life together. The birthday parties. Like this is I think that's what people talk about how united the staff is. I think
Yeah.
it was birthed in COVID.
Man. Yeah.
We had to spend so much time together, and we chose. And you know what? We chose to. And here's the thing: a lot of people, it was difficult. They were stuck at home.
Yeah.
And they had their kids, and we had this epic building we were all in together, which we brought our family to
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah.
And we had dinner and lunch and breakfast together, and we did shows together. And it was fun.
it was really fun.
We got sick together.
We got sick.
did.
No, we never got it. We never got it.
I did, remember?
You got it in July, though.
Yeah, when y'all were in Vegas on the staff retreat, I got COVID.
Oh,
true.
that's right.
That's where you learned
worst. I had
Fortnite, so who cares? Worth it. Anyhow, so we did Pastors in Cars Getting Donuts. And in honor of your birthday, Morgan, here's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
What if we end the show with a special one-off? PB is going to be so upset.
Oh my gosh.
Reboot of Pastors
Pastors
in
in
Cars
Cars
Getting Donuts.
Let's
Let's go.
do it.
You want to do it?
Come
My
on.
second donut of the day, I'm down.
Revival.
I am down.
Come on, somebody give God a shout of praise.
Hallelujah.
Don't do it.
Wait, who's driving? We taking the shuttle,
I
or
have
are we
car-
taking?
I have car
This
seats.
might be my first time driving us
I have car seats.
because I never drive.
You gonna
Because
do
I
it?
always had my recycling.
I ask you to drive all the time. And you're like, no.
Because I always had my recycling in the Forerunner, but
You gonna drive?
What?
I'll drive.
Anyhow, what if we reboot it? So everyone listening, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna listen to our conversation. We're gonna tack it on to the end of this episode, and on YouTube, you're gonna be able to watch Pastors in Cars Getting Donuts.
Wow.
We're gonna have GoPro set up.
That's right.
The
For those
rebirth.
for those of you that are only listening, we'll like describe what we see and
Yeah.
what we
We'll-
taste,
we'll,
what we
we'll upload the
smell.
audio at the tail end of this. What was that?
ASMR.
ASMR donut. This is a apple fritter.
My barber sometimes is playing stuff like that on his TV. It's so weird,
dude.
dude.
It's yeah.
It's that or Family Feud.
Okay. What donut place are we going to though?
So it's your birthday. You get to pick. So in Mill Creek,
Is there a Henry's?
Henry's is Mukilteo, Everett. There's Frost,
Overrated.
which overrated, overpriced.
Dude, it
Yeah.
tastes like my abuela's cooking. Not in a good way.
Oh, that's
It tastes like
disappointing.
they don't even use normal. They use lard.
Honestly, I think an underrated donut is Hagen or even Safeway.
Really?
Very underrated donut. It's an underrated donut.
I think Safeway
There's
is the worst.
Top Pot.
Okay. All right.
They have the drive-through.
Picking up what you're laying down.
There's
Do you remember when Golden Tate robbed a top pot?
I do
That's a thing.
Golden Tate.
Golden
remember him?
Tate,
He
old
robbed
Seahawks
Top-
wide receiver, literally
left
robbed
money.
a top pot and left money behind. He just was so hungry for a donut.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, let's go to Top Pot.
Okay, we're gonna go to Top Pot.
Are you gonna pull a Golden Tate?
No.
I'll let you have
Man
shotgun.
of honor.
I'll let you have shotgun. Hey, next week we're excited for the podcast. Let me pull up our calendar. Oh my goodness! I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. And
You guys are
blew
going
up.
on the road.
on.
next week we have very special guests.
Should we let them know, or are we gonna keep it a secret?
We're on the road. We're on the road. Let them
So
know.
we're excited to have the founders of One Voice Worship, One Voice International.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
With us.
Most people don't know that song, Make Me More Like Jesus, written by Cole Hasty here on staff.
Yeah.
Did he write it or partially write
He
it?
co-wrote it.
Co-wrote it.
Co-producer.
He starts this worship, whatever,
Movement.
millions of listeners, millions of YouTube subscribers and plays, millions on Spotify, literal millions.
It's wild.
We're going to be interviewing them.
They are the next Maverick City.
They're with hopefully without. Okay, Tony,
With-
stop talking. Well,
The good parts.
With the best parts of Maverick
The best
City.
parts.
Yep. So we're excited for them. We're excited to interview them next week. And we're going to do it on site at a special location.
They have 445,000 followers on Instagram.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's with like little to no marketing ministry. This is just how good they're good.
Dang.
And anywho, so we're really excited for that. The following week, meeting with one of our board members.
He's a legend.
And we're going to talk about money,
Please tell me it's
stewardship. Huh?
It's Bob Ricky.
No, we're not meeting Bob Ricky. No, Bob Ricky and I are not on speaking terms.
Love Bob.
Whoa. Don't say that about my Bob.
We will speak when he meets me at the golf course because he's talked so much crap. He'll text me just memes of him, those emoji things of him.
Uh-huh.
Can't stand seeing those anymore.
Hey, since this is probably the last time
Hold
I'll
on,
ever
Bob
be
is
on the
literally the
podcast,
nicest human. I feel like you're gonna.
He is until we golf. We are frenemies.
Since this is the last time I'll probably ever be on the podcast, if you're watching this, we want to know your opinion. Should we record a one-off round of golf between Tony and Brandon Greenwald?
No one cares.
Have it be broadcasted by myself and Cole Hasty. We'll call it the match.
9 holes.
Best man wins.
9 holes.
9 holes.
3 holes.
Let us know if you want to see this.
Actually, par 3, 3 holes.
Putt.
Greenie cannot drive me, but can you work the greens? That's what matters most.
We'll see.
Chip and a putt, Texas wedge. All right. Well, hey, we're excited. Thank you for being with us today. We're gonna go get donuts, so keep listening. We're gonna add the audio on. Morgan, thank you for being here, man. Happy birthday!
Awesome. Thank you
for
so
your
much.
faithfulness to the local church, and we celebrate you, man. We really do.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for
So let's go have some fun. David, are you ready?
I am so ready. The boss is texting me. Sorry.
PB,
Iceland?
The other boss.
Diana,
The other boss.
Christian?
Christian.
Chris.
No, do not.
Do not call him Chris.
Do not.
He does not like.
We might need to edit this out.
No, leave it. It's unfiltered.
Oh man.
Filtered.
Yeah, and I want to
I
give.
thought we didn't name drop here.
And I want to give a huge shout out to our #1 listener of the podcast. She texts me every single week after she just listened.
It's your mom.
Nope.
Oh.
Amanda Hopkins.
Amanda.
Come on.
Shout out Amanda.
Amanda is another legend. She's been here
Legend.
for a long time. Faithful servant, youth
Faithful.
leader extraordinaire back in the day.
Phenomenal.
Wow.
Let's go get donuts.
Come on, let's get
do
it.
it.
All right,
Let's
we love
get
you
it.
guys. We'll see you next week. We're going to go get donuts. Keep listening.
Praise God. Revival!
Holy Spirit, give me a donut.
Oh.
Maple bars. Okay, see you in a second.
Every day another maple bar. Well, welcome back to Pastors Unfiltered. This is the official Pastors in Cars Getting Donuts for Morgan's birthday takeover.
Happy birthday, bro.
Taking it back to 2021.
2020.
2020.
2020.
Man, that was a long time ago.
Yes.
This is a big deal.
We've got Pastor Morgan, got Pastor Tony, we've got Greenie,
Yo.
creative director extraordinaire, we've got Kellen, production director extraordinaire. Where are we going?
Top Pot. Why
We're
is
going
it
to
when
Top
your
Pot.
car's in reverse, it sounds like
playing-
a church organ?
Also,
it's
that's
pads.
crazy. Did you just use your blinker to shift gears?
Yeah, this thing.
The gear's wild. This car is a spaceship. This is probably the nicest car we've ever driven in for
Pastors in Cars.
100%.
Well,
Hold on. Okay, Google.
we driving one of Brandon's cars?
Take me to Top Pot Donuts.
Whoa, flex.
I just need to navigate.
Yeah, but David, we know where it is.
2.3 miles
It's
away.
literally here.
Yeah, I have to know how much battery we're gonna have by the time we get there, and so.
Hey, David, the moonroof is burning my head.
Okay.
And I'm not wearing a hat.
So hot.
Thank you, dude.
Is that
Thank
better?
you. That's much better.
You don't
Okay.
want to start the summer off with a burnt head.
So-
the worst.
So let's talk about Morgan a little bit. So Morgan,
We don't have to talk about me.
It's your birthday.
yeah, it's your birthday. You're my friend, my coworker.
You, my friend.
You were my first boss here.
Yeah,
You
that's
hired me.
I did. Remember we went to sushi? Was
We
it
did.
sushi?
No, we did Red Robin the first time with Flav,
Oh, that's right.
and then you have this obsession with Panera.
I do not have an obsession. I have
Yes, you do. No, Nicole.
a
Nicole.
Yes.
Nicole loves Panera.
I despise Panera.
Overpriced.
And then I remember you offered me a job to lead worship for the youth ministry
Yeah.
and do some creative stuff without ever seeing my creative content
Never.
and without hearing or seeing me lead worship.
Well, you did come in. I was actually thinking about this morning, randomly enough. You came in and did like a trial run.
Only because you offered me the job, and at the time I was gonna say no, but I didn't know how to say no. And I was like, well, don't you want to see me lead worship in person first?
Oh.
And then you were like, that was on a Monday. And then you said, oh, what are you doing this Wednesday?
Yeah.
And it was the one Wednesday I had off.
It was perfect. It was meant to be.
It was God thing.
I don't know if I ever told you this, but you literally led worship that night. And the person who was leading worship for us in that season, literally, when the worship set got done and I was getting ready to go speak, they came up to me with tears in their eyes and said, this is no doubt the person who's supposed to be leading worship for the youth ministry.
Wow.
Was this the leader that was good or the one that was deaf, like
No, she was great.
tone deaf?
Tone deaf.
No, it wasn't that leader. No, this was a great leader that we
Good.
But I was like, wow, that's some confirmation right there. Like if the person that I have in this role is coming to me saying that this person should, I was like, oh, that makes that conversation
That's a God
easier.
thing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it. And remember what I said to you? I said, dude, I fully anticipate that you'll be here for a couple years, and then Brandon Beals will have you lead worship for our church. And that's pretty much exactly what happened.
Inevitably, that's what happened.
I'm not saying that I'm a prophet, and I'm not saying that I got it all right, but I got
But
a
you
little
did.
bit right.
You kind of nailed
I
it.
got a little bit right.
It did trigger like 5 worship pastors in like a year and a half or 2 years.
There was a lot of transition there, but ultimately we got the right guy in the right spot.
You know, sixth time's the charm.
6 times, that's what they all say.
It's the same.
When you go through 6, you know, you're going to have to get one sooner or later.
There you go. And then with Tony was like co-worker, youth pastor at the other campus / built-in best friend.
Yeah, Tony was like me and Nicole's right hand person. Him and Ariel were our right hands in youth ministry.
I was the king's hand.
Dude, Tony was.
reference.
We didn't talk about it in the podcast, but that's one of the things that I was gonna mention is that like you're only as good as the people around you. And I've been super blessed to always have like great teammates and people around me. First of all, my wife was just like always incredible. But then we had Tony and Ariel, we had people like you, all the youth leaders, and like you mentioned Amanda Hopkins, like she's a legend. Like we've always just had like incredible, great leaders. Whoa, what is
sorry.
going
Why
on
would you do
here?
that?
Sorry, I took it off cruise
Oh
control.
my
Sentimental moment,
Lord.
man.
Sorry.
Almost threw up. Can
I
you
was
please not do that?
nauseous.
Thank you.
The electric cars. So many great people. But yeah, dude, Tony, you remember the time that you started dating Ariel and I saw you guys making out upstairs? In
We
the
were
youth
not
center?
making out. He caught us cuddling. We were on the couch, and Morgan came. He caught us cuddling. We were both interns. There was a rule that we were not allowed to date as interns.
You ever hold on, you guys were cuddling at the church?
Cuddling upstairs in the youth center on the couch. It was 8:30 in the morning. We got there a little early.
To cuddle?
No, we were just there early.
Bible study.
And anywho, Morgan sat us down,
Seeking the Lord.
and I said,
Yeah, seeking
and I
something,
knew
I'll tell you
I was
that,
in
dude.
trouble. I knew I was in trouble, so I said, "Hey, man, have you downloaded Angry Birds yet? It's a lot of fun."
To like cut the tension a little bit?
Yeah. And Morgan goes, "No."
No.
And then he goes, "So what am I supposed to do here, guys?" And I said,
Probably like just totally overreacted.
"What am I supposed to do here, guys?"
What am I?
And I said, "Well, you can do nothing. I'm gonna go talk to Tyrone."
And you
Tyrone.
I went straight to Tyrone's office, our youth pastor. It was a different time, a different day and time where now, maybe we would encourage an intern to just pause on dating.
What is this here?
Cherries.
Fresh
Cherries.
Oh, Yakima cherry. We have to stop.
No, David.
It's
David,
Yakima.
The road. We're in the
3
middle of the
baskets
road.
for $15.
But I love Yakima.
Dude, I got cherries in my backyard. Just come over and have some of those.
You have not been in Yakima for more than 2 seconds. You haven't even moved there yet.
I know, dude.
And you're a Yakima
Maybe
guy.
you can get a free ride back with them.
Dude, is that
You can save battery
Is that
on
because
your
I'm
car.
Hispanic? Do I
No,
need a
I'm
ride
just
because
saying,
do I need a ride
they
because I'm
live-
Hispanic or
They
something?
live where you're gonna be going.
Okay.
You can just
It's
get
coming
a
up.
free lift.
It's coming up.
Oh my god. Should I ask him for a job too?
Oh,
Have you guys had Taco Bell breakfast yet?
It's so good. Okay, I don't know what to do.
I hear it's phenomenal.
Oh my.
Oh, we're gonna get hit.
Oh my. God.
Okay. Where's the drive-through here? Oh, it's right here.
Also, what are top pot donuts?
Donuts.
We got some top
It's
pot
the same lady
donuts.
working from during COVID. She was so kind.
Okay, what's this? Opal?
I'm feeling a little more nervous about the donuts.
Opal?
David, you're gonna have to pull up.
I'm trying to figure out what opal is.
Opal?
Opal.
I don't think the question asked.
Okay, let's look at the menu and then decide what everybody wants.
Raspberry bullseye?
Do you guys need a... Tony, can you see?
I can now. Thank you.
Tony,
Remember PB used to get us.
for my birthday, I want you to get the Valley Girl lemon.
That's the one Pastor Brandon used to get me during COVID. He goes,
Oh,
"Do you
no,
want
there's
the
somebody-
Valley
Hold on.
Girl?"
Pastor Brandon would pick your flavors.
He would make, he would.
Can I pick your flavors?
You're the intern.
Should we do a half dozen, a 6-pack?
I think we should bring some for the office.
We should do a 2 dozen.
50 for $26.95.
Or just a dozen.
Oh, donut.
That's donut holes. We could do
That's a really good-
we could do 25 donut holes and then a dozen.
You know, that sounds really confusing. What if we just get donuts?
So 2 dozen donuts
Yeah.
for a whole staff.
Pastors in cars getting diabetes. That's what this is gonna
That
be.
is what this is.
That was actually pretty good.
Thanks. Double trouble?
Are we gonna get canceled for that?
I don't know.
Don't worry about getting canceled.
Oh, that's
I
right.
got a guy who can get us out of it.
We're
now.
gonna get canceled by
Chocolate sandcastle. Do they do samples?
It was Donald Trump.
I don't think they do samples.
Community.
I'll let you order me one.
Okay, so
You cook for me, I trust you.
how many do we need to
How
Whoa!
did he get immunity? Oh my goodness, we almost just died.
Almost hit you.
get? Dude,
By a Hyundai Santa Fe.
dude, I would have. Oh my.
Gosh.
Okay.
Hey, bro, can you please pull up? Let's order.
But so what are we doing? Are we doing 2 dozen?
Just order.
2 dozen. There's
There's a line back there.
like 4 people in the office.
Whoa.
There's a gal behind us. We got a girl.
There are way more than 4 people in the
One
office.
for Kelsey, ladies.
Kellen's just going for his wife.
You're one.
Oh man.
Dude, Kellen, I remember when I was like
You remember
that.
the new-
When my
you
wife
remember
worked
the
at the
newlywed
office, and I was like,
phase?
yeah, make sure you get one for Nicole.
Get one. Maple frosted cinnamon sugar blueberry fritter.
We're doing that. We're doing that.
David, just get a little bit of everything.
I trust you.
How many different donuts do they have?
Just get a couple Bismarcks, Bavarian cream, Boston cream.
You wanna know who liked Bismarck?
Just get a dozen.
Bismarck,
Get a
Kurt
dozen.
Blood,
Kurt Blood. Love
the
that.
Big Eagle.
Hey, so get a couple fritters, couple maples.
Dude, okay,
half.
they have a Vietnamese cold brew. Bro, have you heard
Vietnamese cold brew from Top Pot?
like Joico, the comedian?
Coy.
Joe Coy.
Coy's Filipino
He
from
is
Seattle.
so funny.
He is.
I discovered him last night.
He's comical today.
That's what we should watch for the next staff training
You guys
or
know
staff
where I'm
bonding.
going? I'm taking my wife next week to Colin Jost.
Who's that?
From Saturday Night Live. He does Weekend Reporter.
Oh wow.
That's cool. What is that at?
In Tacoma.
Ooh.
That's okay.
Would you rather drive to Tacoma or Yakima?
It's Colin.
Whoa! Why? Dude, you can make it to Yakima in like 2 hours.
You can make it to Tacoma in like an hour.
But when you factor the traffic in,
That's
2
true.
hours.
The guy ordering, the guy ordering, guys,
Do you think anybody works here?
he kind of looks like a disciple.
He kind of
Like, that's probably what Mark looked like. Mark would know. Not Mark, well, like,
he kind of had a little Matthew thing going on, dude. He
He had
kind
a
of
little
looked.
Matthew thing.
He had a little.
Is
You
anyone
know.
else confused that they have Vietnamese tea?
Oh, here she
hold
is.
on your window. Hey!
Hi.
Just gonna get you guys
We are gonna do a dozen or 2 dozen. A dozen and a half.
a dozen and a half. Okay, let me.
Should we do 2 dozen?
2 dozen.
No, we'll just do 2 dozen,
Okay, 2 dozen.
please. Yes. Okay.
All right, let me get some.
He's dozen and a half.
What?
He's 24 donuts.
Do we not need?
24 employees.
That's all right. You've already
Okay.
you're excited about it.
We are gonna do. Can we get 2 blueberry fritters? Dude, English is my second language. I'm doing my best.
Okay.
Can we get 2 regular apple fritters?
A couple Bismarcks for Greenie in her.
We'll do
Valley Girl.
a plain blueberry cake,
Yeah.
a lemon glazed.
You're a second.
Do you think Kelsey would like a Valley Girl though?
What's Kelsey like? What is Kelsey like?
Alrighty.
Can we get 2 blueberry glazed?
We should watch Breakfast Church.
You said it right that time.
We should.
Bavarian cream.
Blueberry?
Blueberry.
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 Poppy, can you get a couple maple frosted for your boy?
Alrighty.
Yeah. Can we get 3 maple frosted?
Yeah.
What are we at? Do you think that's it?
I have no idea. I lost
2 dozen?
I haven't been counting how many.
3
We're probably up to like 4 dozen by now.
Yeah, all I have of those is 2.
Okay, we'll take them.
Maple bars. Maple.
How many do we have right now?
9. So 3
Oh my
more.
Okay. So, can we get 3 Bavarian Bismarck cream?
Yeah.
We still have 12 donuts we have to order.
Do we have regular apple fritters? Oh, we need maple bars. Like 4 maple bars?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm still just trying to figure out who's gonna eat all these donuts.
Dude,
We're just
Alex-
gonna go do street ministry, man. We're gonna
Alex,
go give
Christian, Becky, Heather, Kaylee, Kayla,
On the other
Johnny.
we have
Johnny,
Johnny.
Everybody-
Cole,
Everybody gets excited about
Josh
donuts.
Utterback.
Josh will eat.
Okay, that's 1 box.
Okay, that's 1 box.
Just did you get maple bars, bro?
I'm about to get maple bars. Awesome. Can we get 3 maple bars?
Sure. Let me grab those.
Oh man,
That is heavy.
dude, that was dense for your birthday, dude.
Happy birthday,
Yes.
bro. You deserve it.
You like that?
You
Last
deserve it all.
Come on.
time. Keep it simple.
So Morgan, what's your favorite worship song?
Favorite worship song?
Okie doke.
Oh, pause. Can we get 2
Cinnamon sugar.
Valley Girl lemons?
Get some cinnamon.
Let's show what her favorite donut
You know what you should do?
Frosted. Yeah.
Ready?
Surprise us. Just see.
Do we have regular apple fritters yet?
Not in here.
Can in the other box? We do have regular and blueberry in there. We open this
Yes.
up.
I
We
think
did.
so.
Yes,
Let's confirm.
we do.
Yep.
We have regular.
Smaller.
Okay. Okay. Maybe guys, I need help.
The salted caramel.
Salted caramel.
Old fashioned.
2 old-fashioned salted caramel.
Yeah.
Did you get a raspberry glazed? Those are
We got 2 raspberry glazed. That sounds pretty good.
Those are good.
Raspberry glazed chocolate or raspberry glazed peanut?
One of each.
We didn't get any chocolate bars. Just classic chocolate bars.
No one eats those.
I do. What's how many?
Okie doke.
Doesn't matter.
Can we get 2 raspberry glazed and 1 chocolate bar?
Yes. Do you want
You
the
said-
raspberry glazed old fashions or the rings, hon?
1 of each.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Do you think the car behind us thinks we are under the influence of some type of marijuana?
Probably.
Near will say that. What is let's get a pink feather boa.
Pink feather rose.
So a lot of different kinds of order.
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't.
How many is that?
I don't
One
know.
more.
1 more, and then you surprise us with the last one.
Yes.
Your pick. Chef's pick.
Chef.
Oh, I like it. I like it. The twister.
Now, for those who
Twisted.
can't see, she got us a twisted.
Give you 2.
Oh,
Oh,
Come
jackpot. Plus 1. Baker's dozen.
Thank you.
thank you so much.
And where do we pay?
Go, hon. Do you guys want some napkins?
Oh, please. There's no eating in the car.
That's like 20
Guys.
pounds of donuts.
All right, you guys.
You have
Any
the card?
drinks or anything today?
Are you serious?
I don't have a card.
You need my.
No drinks.
No?
I don't. Do you have a card?
Oh my.
Morgan's gonna pay on his birthday.
Oh my god. Here, I got a card. Do you see what he did there?
I don't have a card.
See what he did there? Dude,
Literally.
this is the most classic David Diaz.
Yeah, thank you so
We
much.
get
Oh
that
yeah, we'll
tap.
take 2 dozen.
Yeah, we can tap on that one. That one will tap.
Oh, well, we're not getting it for a month, but we
Oh.
are getting it. I'm excited.
You know, I live in Monroe, and Monroe still does not have tap anywhere.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Weird how that flows.
And my chip doesn't work anymore.
Monroe is like literally in.
I love Monroe though. It's such a nice place. It's busy.
Oh, I need that.
It used to be just a 1-horse town.
Really?
Yeah, so did Snohomish back in the 80s.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
What?
I used to go to the Jackson football games.
Can I just take a picture of this?
And the high schools were next to the prison.
Oh my
So we
God,
always
that's
would make
right.
fun of them. We were like, you're crazy, right?
All right.
Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you, lady.
Oh, the
You
pen.
guys have a good, fun
God bless
birthday
ya.
day.
Thank you. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.
Don't eat too many of those.
Yeah.
Bye.
Oh, here you go, too.
Even the lady who sold us this many donuts is concerned for.
She's concerned.
Yeah, you just ordered.
She's like, don't eat all those.
What is
know you
Sean?
just bought 'em.
What's Sean Kingy doing right now?
Sean King. I don't know.
Shawnee.
Tony, what was your favorite episode of Pastors and Cars Getting Donuts?
Well,
like the old one.
Considering that we only did 3,
Really?
Yeah.
Why did it feel like we did so many?
There was one, I remember Pastor Troy, Dr. Troy Jones
We did them on Zoom.
said,
too.
"You're all fat pastors," or something like that.
Do you remember?
We're fat pastors.
Yeah. Do you remember?
Donuts are gross.
Dr. Troy Jones asked, so Morgan, what's your favorite donut? And I go, and like I'm eating a bacon maple bar. This is Pastors and Cars getting donuts. I didn't think there was going to be any surprising somebody like, hey, we're eating donuts. Literally, the only thing your response was, yuck, yuck, yuck.
We would Zoom pastors from different like states. And the thing is, we'd have to sit in our own cars because it got to the point where we weren't allowed to all be in the same car anymore.
We did pick up Kyle Veach once
In the church
in the shuttle.
social distancing.
Social distancing.
We dropped off lunch or dinner for Johnny and Armaine because Armaine was a nurse.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Shout out nurses and first responders and doctors. Thank you for all that you do.
There came a point where we all kind of got tired of donuts, actually, and we started just running errands for people, I think.
And we didn't.
Well, it turned into Pastors and Cars getting coffee.
Oh, did it?
I think so.
I didn't even remember that.
We didn't get donuts at that point anymore.
Yeah.
So back in the day, let's do a then and now. What were we driving then, and then what are we driving now?
Okay.
So Tony, why don't you go first?
Yeah, I was driving a 2015 Ford Fiesta then.
Ooh.
I'm now driving a 2015 Ford Fiesta now.
Well, I thought you were driving the Corolla still back then.
No.
No.
Let's see.
Corolla was crashed.
I was either driving
Totaled.
our old Mazda CX-9. I don't think it was like a 2006 or something like that. I can't remember what it was. Or one of the free Volkswagen Jettas that I was given.
You did have like 3 Jettas.
I got 2 Jettas right in a
Morgan,
row.
how many free cars have you been given in life?
a lot of free cars.
A few. And I'm very thankful and blessed for those. But yeah, I think it was. I gave one of those Jettas to Isaiah Talley, and the engine bolts fell out of it shortly after. I don't think that was my fault. I think that was probably.
Didn't he take it like off-roading or something?
And then I gave the second one to Parker,
Yep.
and I don't think they ever drove it.
I think it died, like she picked it up from you, and then it died, like she parked it, and it never started again.
Wow. Well,
But it's the thought that counts.
pretty good timing on my part.
Dude, you've been given a Beamer, a truck,
Well, I traded.
Oh, you traded.
I traded for the truck, but
a Ford Taurus.
yeah, Ford Taurus.
Those are great cars, you know?
Dude, honestly, it's been a blessing.
What do you drive now?
I drive the truck, Big Blue,
Big Blue?
or we like the Mazda CX-9 so much we bought another one. We bought a new one. We love
Those are great cars.
They're great. We love them. Zoom. That's
Mazda's like underrated, I think.
Yeah, I think it
it's
is.
actually a great car brand.
They're great.
Your old Mazda had like a lot, like 250,000 miles.
It was-
Almost.
It had run for, and it was still
long
running
time.
strong. Brandon, you had a Mazda, didn't you?
Yeah.
Still does.
Did you, Brandon? Oh yeah, you still have one.
You still does.
Great Mazdas. Tony, I like this idea of you getting a scooter.
So here's the thing that we're learning about, like living kind of more in an urban setting now, is we don't like normally like when I leave, we only need one car.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to the Seattle campus or to a coffee shop or to a face-to-face lunch, typically they're like near our house or they're in the area, so we only need one car. So I've been really, and then here's the reason why. It's because I have to pay to park my cars.
I was just gonna ask. Yeah.
So
What
if
if you got like a ruckus?
What's a ruckus?
you still got to pay. But if I have a scooter, they're foldable. I could put them. I have a closet in our unit, and they go 12 miles, and it's $59 a month.
Yeah. What about an e-bike? Have you thought about an e-bike?
I've thought about an e-bike. I've thought everyone bikes in the city. They either bike or have a dog. It's weird.
You should do both. You should get an e-bike, and then you should take my dog.
I'm gonna pass on the dog.
You could be a real Seattleite.
I'm gonna pass on the dog. I'm thinking about the scooter, but here's the thing: it's because the weather's good right now. What happens come January? It's 42 degrees and wet.
We'll make a homemade DIY canopy to go over it.
Like the people have at Chick-fil-A.
Yes, those cones that they wear.
The cones?
You could ride. Can you imagine if you were on a scooter with one of those little? It almost looks like a little porta potty.
100%.
I think there's some real potential there.
You know, I was watching, guys. Here's Buffalo Espresso here in Mill Creek. I was watching someone the other day from our church. I'm not going to give away their name. They were filming a food review of Buffalo Espresso.
What'd they say about
On the outside, and then filming the coffee and the food, and then put the camera on themselves while they were eating and drinking and talking about it.
Pretty much their whole food menu is just stuff that they buy from Costco.
From Costco.
It's like chicken bakes and
And it's just coffee, folks. I don't
Breakfast,
know, like there's
like
nothing
burritos.
revolutionary about it.
it's like the Don John burritos or whatever those
This is
are.
a blueberry muffin from Costco. Here we go.
It's hit or miss as to whether it's like it's either too hot or too cold. It's like too hot or no, they're food items.
Oh,
Either too hot or they
I'm
aren't
not gonna
properly
lie.
heated all the way through.
I've been at this location here for so many years, even when it was the Dome. I think I've only ever gone to Buffalo like twice. Di Beals and I we walked there one time in the summer
Yeah.
because she around 3 o'clock gets that whole like,
Yeah.
I need to leave,
Get
get a
out.
coffee, come back. Hey, are you gonna park in Pastor Brandon's spot?
Of course. I don't want to get any door dings.
Door dings?
Like I don't want somebody
What's
to.
ding in this thing?
I don't know, dude. Someone might do it to spite me. My old car, I think there was a hate crime happening. I think I had like several nails in every tire.
Really?
Yes, and so I kept using Fix-A-Flat.
Was it because you live in Monroe?
That's that's
No.
supposed to be like a temporary fix, right?
Yeah.
Not like a permanent thing.
Well, I knew I was gonna sell the car.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, I just need
thank
a-
you for being with us. We hope you
Sober.
enjoyed this comical part of Pastors and Cars Getting Donuts. Happy birthday, Morgan.
Thanks, man.
David,
Happy
thank you for a
birthday.
great episode. We'll see you
great.
guys next week with one voice. Here we go.
Come on.
Holy Spirit, I mean,
More like Jesus.
We can get out.
every day a little more like
warm.
Jesus.